Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Leslie Monroe. I'm filling in for Rick Charette. Let's get started.
I think we're all filling in for Rick Charette.
Yeah, we are. It takes all of us.
Gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Wanna leave my destiny. I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna leave my destiny. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna leave my destiny. I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna leave my destiny. I'm gonna go with the moment. I'm gonna feel so free. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna leave my destiny. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna leave my destiny. I'm gonna dance to the rhythm of the universe. Gonna leave my destiny.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, repeat after me. I am a radiant being filled with light and love.
I am a radiant being filled with light and love.
I am a radiant being filled with light and love.
I am a radiant being filled with light and love.
One more time. I am a radiant being filled with light and love.
I am a radiant being filled with light and love.
That's kind of cool. Welcome, I'm your host, Shane Hughes, and we are so glad you're here. Welcome to our Center for Spiritual Living, Salt Lake, where transformation happens. Whether you're with us in person or love streaming, just know you're loved and you belong and you're welcome. Love streamers, please share with us. Raj, which camera is that one? What one? Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on principles and practices that are universal among all religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so we can help make the world a better place. Please say with us our purpose statement. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discoveries. Okay. Our theme for this month is, it is what it is, isn't it? Okay. And Lanna Cairns will be giving today's talk, and it's called Letting Go Using the Creative Mind. That's creative. Okay, Selena will be doing our reading and prayer. Yes. And Audrey is currently holding high watch for us, knowing our highest good. Today's special music is Mindy Dillard. Again. Wow. But no Holly today. Okay. Yes. I don't know who next week's speaker is. Is it Reverend Cindy? Okay, because the website's done a few changes and I'm not sure exactly. Okay, now There's a couple of get well soon cards on the hospitality table because our dear sister Carol Ertman is hurting. She hurt herself or something, and she's nursing an injury, and we'd like to let her know that we're a thing of her. No, I did. Did I do that? Oh, my bad. No, I'm thinking of her. That's what it is, yeah. On September 11th, Kathy Hughes from 12 to 2 will be teaching from the energy codes. You are a powerful creator. What? I'm about to get to that. I'll do my job, you do your job. Manifest your dream life now. And she's doing it via Zoom, and the cost is $22. How did you come up with 22? Why not just 25? Angel numbers. Okay, I'm glad I asked. All right. Reminder that every Wednesday at noon on our Facebook group site, we do a meditation. And at the Facebook group, it's called Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Okay, not too many announcements this time. Did you know we rent our classroom out /sanctuary for private events, birthday parties, weddings, business meetings, etc. If you're looking for, what the heck did I do with that part? If you're looking for space for your next event, please contact Robert Wetzel for rates and information. To get more information about our center, you're invited to go to www.spirituallyfree.org. And you can, like I said, we can find us on Facebook, Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Do we have anybody visiting us for the first time? I didn't think so. It's kind of a rhetorical question. Let's see here. So we affirm for everybody that's here and love streaming that you will experience a blessing this morning for being here. Our ministry is founded on prayer. Prayer helps us deal with whatever comes our way and to recognize a spiritual purpose for whatever might be happening in our lives. If you're having trouble knowing that, please let one of our amazing practitioners help you know it for you. They're wearing the purple stoles until you can know it for yourself. Right after services, they will be available in the practitioner room and just outside the sanctuary to pray with you for your highest best. Our practitioners are the beautiful souls wearing the joyous stoles. Okay, now I invite you to go within and allow the centering music to connect you with the God within. Amen.
To the Our reading this morning is adapted from articles by Tana Marler and Jessica Carson. At its core, mindfulness is about being present, engaging with the current moment, and observing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. By developing this awareness, you can tap into your inner wellspring of creativity. This awareness helps break through mental blocks and biases. When we observe our thoughts without judgment, we're better equipped to identify and let go of self-limiting beliefs, allowing fresh and innovative ideas to come to the surface. Mindfulness enhances focus and attention, enabling us to notice the subtleties in our surroundings and thoughts that often hold keys to creative breakthroughs. This heightened awareness can lead to new connections and novel solutions. Creativity enables empathy and connects us to ourselves. It opens our heart and the door to our mind. It brings us to hidden parts of ourselves, allowing recognition of our uniqueness and identity. It can help draw out what is already there within. Hidden talents and inner capacities can emerge, connecting us with our passions. So as we go into a time of quiet stillness, let's just breathe into this moment. If you're comfortable, just close your eyes. And let's just rest in that time, connection with ourselves and that divine presence. From this place of connection, I open to that wellspring of gratitude flowing forth from all the beauty of life. Grateful for this morning, the cooler breeze, the radiant light as I made my way here. Gratitude for each and every person that made this service possible this day. The connections, the love in this room and in this center that not only surrounds me but uplifts me this day and always. Just filled with gratitude for the all of it. And it's from this knowing of gratitude that I recognize that one presence and power moving in and through all of life. Always has, without beginning or end, always will. Expressing as divine right actions, intelligence, love, joy, empathy, peace. And as I recognize these truths of that divine presence, I know that I am part and parcel of that one. And just as I know this truth for myself, I know this truth for all. That each of us are one with the one. Individual expressions, whole and complete within ourselves. Here to bring forth that light, that love, that intelligence, that strength, that empathy as the truth of our beings. Just allowing it to radiate forward and through everything, everyone that we meet, and recognizing it as it's returned to us fully, completely. So I just bless this service today. Every hand that has laid touch to it. I bless Lanna as she gives us the spiritual message this morning. For our wonderful band and musicians and and singers this morning that just uplift us with their talent. For Audrey for holding the high watch this morning, knowing the highest and best for each person in this room. For those that greeted us at the door and set everything up, that gave us lovely coffee and treats this morning to enjoy. I just bless it all. I bless everyone here in this room joining in this day, and every person that's joining in from home or wherever they might be this morning. For we are all here together in spirit in this moment and always. As together we say, and so it is.
All right, sing with us. Into your hands.
Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. But I don't know what the divine plan is. I can't make sense of what I can't see. Yet I know that it's all in order and beyond my wildest dreams. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands I surrender. Into your hands, oh Lord. Serenity is not the absence of life going on around me. It's the stillness I find in any moment, and the truth that sets me free. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Into your hands I commit my soul. Into your hands, oh
Thank you. Now we welcome our beloved.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I don't know why I just said y'all, but I'm gonna go with it. Leslie asked me when I got here, she said, what's something new you're proud of yourself for? And I'm in thinking of the theme of today of creativity, letting go, and with a creative mind. I want to tell you all I made a really cool cake for my son's birthday. It was it's called a tsunami cake. It was like a Godzilla cake. You might also think it's a dinosaur, but it had a volcano that erupted. So if you want to see a picture later, I'll show you. Yeah. But yeah, the theme today made me think of how hard it is to be an artist, both of art you make, but also of life, because we're all sort of artists in our own life, creating our own life, and if you make creative choices, sometimes it's hard to make those creative choices. It's stressful, and not everyone always understands. So I wrote this song. It's called "To My Muse," and it's kind of about that idea of I think I wrote it actually to my muse when I was realizing I wanted to be writing more songs again, and I really was just talking to my muse, whoever they are, to give me an openness so I could do that for myself again. So, to my muse. But I'll show you the picture later if you want. Make me an open vessel, keep me whole and keep me safe. I'm fierce as a kestrel and a forgiving place. I am a treasure tavern, help me share all my wealth. I know I will be happier than if I stay buried inside myself. Sharp as a switchblade and wise as an arrow. Who knows where I wanna go? Opening hurts, but I know what it's worth, and I won't settle for less. My scars in full view, I know you see them too, and I won't hide anymore. Sharp as a switchblade and wise as an arrow. Who knows where I wanna go? I am a treasure tavern, help me share all my wealth. I know I will be happier than if I stay buried inside myself. Thank you.
Oh, well, I got to tell you, it's been quite a morning here at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. We had an amazing meditation with Selena this morning that, wow, I never felt my thoracic spine like that before, or my toes, or whatever we were focusing on, but it was such a powerful meditation. Then our prayer, and then Mindy. So I'm so chilled out right now. This could be called the zombie sermon, but I hope it's not. But I feel so elated, and to see Reverend Allie here. She's so sweet. So I thought, because Reverend Cindy is really acing all her sermons, that I needed to step into bigger shoes, not clown shoes yet, but bigger shoes. And I thought I'd start my sermon with a joke, and I'm usually a pretty bad joke teller, so I have to preface it. This is a joke coming up. So, did you guys know that when you teach a wolf to meditate, they become a werewolf? I get one groaner every sermon at my ministerial school, one joke, and you're good to go. So that's my joke for today. When you teach a wolf to meditate, they become a werewolf. So I love it. Anyways, so I want to recap what our wonderful minister, Reverend Cindy, said this past month. She's been saying a lot of wonderful things about this book. So I would encourage you, whenever you have a moment and you are looking at new books to read, Reverend Cindy will share us some insight. But in my first ministerial class called Minister as Counselor, we had this fantastic minister, Reverend Kevin Busey in Laguna. And he said, once you finished ministerial school with all your books you're reading, this should be the first book you read. So Reverend Cindy picked a classic book for us, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by David Hawkins, who's a psychiatrist, who's a spiritual healer in communities. And Reverend Cindy talked about three things in this book, 3 A's. The first one is acknowledgement, that we acknowledge what we're feeling. The second thing is acceptance, that we accept it without judgment. Krishnamurti once said it'd be wonderful if we could live a life without judgment and just being in that presence. So she talks about acceptance, and then she talked about an action plan, the 3 A's. So I'm going to add a couple A's, Sunday approved A's, called awareness, that all this brings into awareness, and into the amazing you of how you show up in this world, that you have all the gifts, the talents, the abilities to show up as the amazing you. And so this book allows room to understand where your emotional intelligence is and how you can flourish. So this past summer, we were traveling in Canada to see family in Alberta, Saskatchewan. We just drove all the way from Saskatoon to Victoria. I got one speeding ticket, $288, but encouraged me to slow down because that's how 5 minutes into the trip. So I thought that was interesting. God, okay, I will slow down now. 5 minutes in. And so this whole experience of what I had to do was be away. My kids were registering for school into an IB program, pretty challenging. Class size is limited, and I was so anxious about them getting into the right program, the right teachers, and I was very nervous. But I acknowledged that I was edgy. I acknowledged when we got to the airport in Vancouver, I was speeding through the terminal. My husband said, just take a chill pill because we're going to get there. But I was anxious to come home to get them registered for school. So we went the next day, got them set up, and everything was good. But it was good for me to acknowledge what I was feeling, right? To accept it, that I'm just an anxious mother worrying about her little ducklings getting into school. They're grade 9 and 10, so, I'll have to get over that when they move on. And then my action plan was that I go to the school, I register, I get them all set up. So this is always the ebb and flow of life. So today I'm going to talk about the awareness factor. This is what we do as religious scientists. We're just aware of the goodness of God that's in our lives and how we use it. And then I'm going to talk about the amazing you and look at Ernest Holmes. So I just am finishing a paper in ministerial school on creativity. We had to take a full class. And I'm just wrapping up a paper called Science of Mind in Hollywood, how Ernest Holmes influenced Tinseltown. And the articles that in Science of Mind from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, Dr. Ernest Holmes, he died in 1960, were so profound of who he was. So I want to wrap up my sermon by just talking about who he was in the world and how our founders showed up in front of all these people. This was like the Lawrence Welk era. This was like I Dream of Jeannie, founders of the radio programs that really shared insight into who he was. So it's going to be a good note we're going to end on. So hopefully I'll get you out of here by dinner tonight because I don't think we have a lot of snacks provided, so just enough for this. So the goal of this book, Letting It Go, is the responsibility and ability to make wise choices in life, learning who one really is, and choosing to lead a life that is peaceful and loving. You know, I realize that we're so programmed. He says in this book, we are so programmed into what to be, what to do. And I know many years ago when we were at the Brickyard, I offered a visioning workshop. And we would, you know, I'd take my design magazines, whatever magazines I'm into, and we'd create folders and files and stuff. And then one day when I realized we were doing this visioning, I realized, you know, these are someone else's visions of what it takes to be in a beautiful house. These are someone in marketing and advertising what it takes to vision. I realized, oh my goodness, even when we're trying to be creative and set the tone of what we want our life to unfold as, we're programmed into different beliefs that aren't ours, even when we're working on ourselves. Dr. Hawking said in this book, he says, our egos are a set of programs that have been implanted in us through a lifetime of sitcoms, news, advertisements, books, music, education, family, and community upbringing. The question is how to deprogram and free ourselves. All we need to do is let go. So Dr. Hearn is the dean of the college of the campus for ministerial school. And in our last ministerial retreat in the spring, we were all sharing about issues we're encountering and things that we're working through. And she said, you know, when someone pushes your buttons, I just want to let you know that they didn't install them. Right? So when someone pushes your buttons, you know, I have some that I'm related to, you know, that they didn't install them. They were already there. So we look at ourselves in this faith, and how did those buttons get installed? Who installed them? So if someone triggers something for you, we look at. We always say that if you spot it, you got it. That's a tough one. It's like, I don't got it, I see it, but I don't got it. Oh, you got it, you know. So, you know, this kind of realization. So he says here, he introduces us to the concept of the scales of emotions. With each emotional state responds to a degree of separation. And he said the lower emotional state is one of challenging, one of disconnect from source, and the higher state is one of connection to unity, to connection to one another. I know many years ago when I used to live in Los Angeles, this is just driving me crazy, there we go. I know when I lived in Los Angeles, I would get on the 10 and go to a retreat in Joshua Tree. And I remember I'd be panicked, I'd be anxious, I'd be worried, I'd get there on time, barely, starting a 5-6 day meditation retreat. And then when I would come home, after being still and quiet, there was no traffic on the road. I felt one with the people. So it's all consciousness, it's all our awareness to what we bring. You know, my mother-in-law just recently bought a car. We gave her our old Subaru, and she got in an accident. She's fine, but she wanted to buy a new car, and on her price point, she got a Kia, a yellow Kia. And I said to my husband, I said, who buys a yellow car? I've never seen a yellow car. Now when I'm driving, I see 10 a day. I literally, so talk about what you are focused on is what you experience. So if you're agitated, unwell, that's the world that is mirroring back to you. So consciousness is king, consciousness is queen, that this book shows us where we are in that emotional level. He says we do 3 things to become aware of a feeling. First thing is we just become aware of something happening. We actually sit with it. We stay with it as religious scientists. We don't stuff it. We don't shop it away, drug it away, coffee it away, whatever away. We actually sit with it. We actually sit with our stuff. Because when we sit with it, it dispels, it goes away. I call mine Little Miss Boo, my shadow side. And she's right here now. You could write a song about Little Miss Boo. But she's right here, and she's always like, wow, you think you got this? You know, I can feel her energy. But I have to acknowledge her and say, thank you for making sure I'm prepared, I'm on my toes, and I bless and release you. You know, we don't have stars without the darkness, right? We need both in life. But in this book, it looks at how you get in charge of your emotions, how you sit with it, and how they sort of release. So again, The summary is that awareness is about knowing thyself, and it's about going within, and that is the work that we do. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Nothing can bring you peace but yourself." I find that so liberating, that nothing can change your effect but you yourself, that you are responsible for bringing that peace, that joy, that energy into your life. So how liberating is that? So in this book, The Creative Mind and Success, God, I feel like I need a credenza here. You'll find when you're a religious scientist, all you do is read books. But this one is a classic, and it's thin. It's called The Creative Mind and Success. I think I have it in 55 different highlighted colors. But there's always wisdom in what he says. And I was at a party the other day, and someone said, "Who is this Ernest Holmes?" I go, "Well, the founder of Science of Mind. He's the person who takes the secret out of the secret." That's who he is. He is the person that allows us this technology in order to be just to have a fulfilling life. So in this book, there's over 40 different categories about manifesting your life. And he says we recognize that within ourselves is the power to produce success or failure. Fear brings failure, faith brings success. His thesis in this book is that one's thinking produces a life that is living, is how you live your life. How? The realization that a power exists that we are part of, that we are birthed into, that we don't have to go find it, it is already within. He also talks about never being disturbed by the effects. That's a tough one. Never being disturbed by the effects. He says, please keep your thoughts away from lack, from want, from limitation, and let them dwell on good and good only. Make yourself do this. Learn to think about what you wish to become. Right? Learn to think about what you wish to become. You know, lately I've been having a spiritual practice where I ask people how they're doing, and everyone, me included, if I point the finger, there's 3 pointing back at me, and I'll ask people how they are, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm so busy, life is so full, I'm so busy, I'm da-da-da-da-da." My new practice is, how are you, how's life? It's excellent. It's great. It is a spiritual practice for me to impress upon spirit that my life is good right now. So I cling to positivity. I think we come to the center to connect with something deep within. You know, in these ministerial classes I'm in, there's 20, 30 ministerial students. We talk about how did you get into religious science. I know Reverend Alley would always ask me about what was your God moment. And everyone has said, well, you know, I just felt it. I knew this was the way of life. I felt this philosophy within me all the time. So it's a powerful way that we work about things. Ernest Holmes says, since all causation is mental, it follows that if all things are created by the mind of God, and one's mind is part of God's mind, one is able by thinking to set in motion a power that creates. That there is a universal wholeness seeking expression through everything. We are calling it simply life. The religionists call it God, and the philosopher calls it reality. So there is an intelligence in life, and it is our intelligence. So we sit, we're calm, we reflect, we feel. There's an intelligence all around us. I know when I see sunflowers pop up for the first time in the summer, I know, oh, summer's half over. That's what those sunflowers tell me. I can't imagine the natives and their wisdom of animals, of birds that were coming, what month, what day, how connected people were to their surroundings. You know, I know when I'm in our yard, and this past week we had a rattlesnake, and thank you, God put a little rattler on it because I sure need it. When I work, I don't do any AirPods or anything. I'm very present, and I heard that little devil come up. I saw him, actually. And in that journey of seeing him, I just had to bless his journey in life and not be worried, not be affected. But I could feel his presence, his vitality, his energy moving through everything. So that intelligence we see, it's all there. So, and we connect to that from inspiration, from guidance, from direction, from music. You know, we tap into that guidance. Again, it's waiting for us to use it, to manifest this power of health, vitality in our being. Ernest Holmes states that life is a blackboard upon which we consciously or unconsciously write those messages which govern us, that govern our lives. So what messages are on your blackboard, right? I get the one, I'm tired. I always do that one. That's my modus of operatum. I'm tired, or I'm busy. But what do you write on your blackboard that guides you in your life? The last book I want to just talk about, because this isn't, I think my sermons should now be just lectures, but this is the best book ever, besides our Science of Mind textbook. This, when I die, guys, make sure this is in my coffin, because I'm going to do a lot of reading while I'm floating on a cloud, hopefully. But it's this thing called You. And it is one of the most profound books, and Ernest Holmes mentions it, reading it 2 to 3 pages a day before you go to bed. But it is a doozy of a book. And in that book, he says the mind of God, the creative power of the universe, flows through us, and that our thought is creative. It is because of our nature and not our will that our thoughts are moving in this direction. That spirit is an individualized expression through us. He goes on to say that life can only do to you through you. So I always imagine eventually when I give another sermon, I'm going to take a big glass vase, and I'm going to plop stones in it. Stones of, oh, not good enough. Stones, why? Me. I'm 56. Oh, can I write another book? Another stone, another stone. And then you have the holiness, the divinity of God coming through you, and it's blocked. And we block it by this belief system that it's almost like barnacles. It's almost like, when you go to the dentist and they're cleaning your teeth, they bring out the Roto-Rooter, They bring out the Roto-Rooter to get rid of that plaque. This is what we do in our faith. We study, we reflect, we engage, we offer meditation, we have prayer to always align your mind back to what is and what's possible. Kierkegaard once said that prayer does not change God, but it changes the one who prays. So again, words are molds, consequences that flows through them fills these molds into a living substance for us. Ernest Holmes says, God has made you out of himself, itself. The only material it had was the substance of its being. The only mind it had to implant in was your mind, was its mind. The only spirit it had to impart was its own spirit. Your soul belongs to the universe. You are united with all. You are one with the eternal light itself, the presence of spirit within you that blesses everyone you meet, tends to heal everything you touch, and brings blessings into the lives of everyone you contact. So this amazing you, this amazing self that is birthed into this world with parents, with siblings, with family members, is more than enough of what is required. So the editor, or the writer here of The Science of Mind, Helen Munger, she wrote many articles about Hollywood and Tinseltown. One thing about our faith is we were booming in the 20s and the 30s in Hollywood. But we don't proselytize, we don't go door to door. Either you get it or you don't. That's kind of, we don't really do that. It's like when my husband's recruiting up at the U, and we have to recruit all these people to come, and I'm like, either they get Utah or they don't. You don't have to beguile them or change them or switch them. Either they get this beautiful city-state or they don't. And for us in God, in the Godland that Ernest Holmes created with all these famous people in Hollywood, I want to just read to you some things that they all said about who Ernest Holmes was, this amazing human being. One woman says, she was an editor of a Hollywood paper, she said, I remember Ernest with affection, admiration, and amusement. He has worked on finding the universal truth, trying to keep his mind wide open so that he could recognize it. He described his method as confidently turning the problems over to the universal mind at bedtime and waking up in the morning with solutions. He left sparks in the room. He was never critical. He was always interested in you. Dr. Frederick Meyer, an author and lecturer, wrote over 21 books. He said, "I think Ernest Holmes was among the best educated individuals I have ever met. He gave us so much to life. This future religion will be indebted to Ernest because he helps liberate the human mind from superstition and parochialism. He made religion part of a daily experience." Ernest Holmes loved everyone and everything. He had a remarkable capacity for seeing only the good in people, and he helped them understand and fulfill their highest selves. I think this quality of love in Dr. Ernest Holmes and his sincerity attracted me to his philosophy. Dr. Jean Campbell, who played an essential role in helping to launch Ernest Holmes on the radio, said, "I have discovered nothing new," he told her. "All that is worthwhile in one's philosophy returns to the beginning, to God, which is truth." Ernest Holmes was a gift in this art of communication. He disseminated new ideas for a more prosperous life. A couple more. He was a builder, a man of great love. This love found expression in a universal givingness of one's need to build a better world. Ernest helped us know that divine intelligence converts a problem into a greater blessing. That is who our founder is. You know, you would go see him, this amazing energy, this vibration, and he would pray for you in silence. You would sit there and he would be in silence with you, where there was no attitude. One thing that attracts me so much to this philosophy is that we don't have to, I don't have to light an incense in front of his picture or what have you. He blew in on this planet with such a strong metaphysical, mystical projection of life, of what is, and then he left. We're trying to do in Maine, where he was born, to put a placard in front of his house, that this was the house of Ernest Holmes. So that is the amazing person that we emulate, that we model. Somebody who so acknowledged what was happening, who accepted it, who took action steps, who was aware of what was happening in order to create this. So lastly, I just want to close with a quote from C.S. Lewis. He said, "Life with God is not immunity from difficulties, but peace within difficulties." So let us remember a couple things: that God is the silent power behind all things, always ready to spring into an expression when we provide the proper channels, when we are ready. The positive belief is essential to real creative work. If we do not have it, he says, we must develop it. Lastly, Ernest Holmes says, one does not create. One uses the creative power that already exists. One is the creative power in one's life. And so far as one's thought goes, there is something that goes with that has the power to bring forth into manifestation the thing thought. So our religion is wordy. Our religion is a mental trip. This is why we study and take classes, because the language that Ernest Holmes used, it's a challenge. But it is so spot on in how we go through life and how we feel and how we process things. So let us close our eyes and let's just tap into this while I lead us into a prayer and then into our offering. So in this space of healing, of energy, of vibration, of vitality, of movement, of the spiral of life that is always going up and beyond, this dynamic vibration that creates the stars, the planets, these bodies, the animal species, the tree species of life, the variety that is here already, from this magnificent source of all creation. So I know that that energy moves through me loud and clear, that my mind is becoming clear to really perceive that fullness of spirit in everything I do, in everything I see, in everything I know to be true. And I know that if it is moving through me, it is moving through everyone here. It is moving through our virtual community, the energetic vibration around this building of a healingness, of a wholeness, of a love, of a prosperous nature, of a giving nature, of a wise nature. That holy divine essence is alive within me, and I know for everyone here it is alive within everyone. So how grateful we are that our Creator, this divine mind, is one of unlimited potential, that everyone has the power within itself to create. It doesn't matter where you go, where you live, what you do, what you look like. Everybody has this essence, this power within themselves. And so as religious scientists, we tap into that. We know it is the divine source that springs into everything, that everything comes from that source. So I am grateful for Ernest Holmes. I am grateful for Dr. Hawkins. I am grateful for Reverend Cindy. I am grateful for this community that reaffirms my truth about who I am. And so I give in a generous nature. I give my time. I give my abundance. I give my energy into making sure that this place always is alive, always is vibrant for those here in the city and beyond. And so I am just grateful and full of life, full of possibility, full of wisdom, full of possibilities, full of just ideas in how to manifest a great life. So I listen, I receive the message, and I act upon it with awareness that celebrates my awesomeness, my amazingness all the time. And so together with one heartbeat, with one prayer, we simply say, and so it is, amen.
I am so blessed.
So this is the time of our giving, where we give our resources in order that we have this beautiful building, that we have lights on, food to provide, that we give with a full heart, we give with a generous heart, knowing that these funds bless our center, bless one another. And we are so grateful for this experience, so grateful for this center.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And so the lovely Sue, our newest and latest practitioner, thank you for everything. Thank you for your studies, your dedication. Awesome, awesome. So now we just extend our arms to these baskets of wealth, of money. We just send our energy out into that force, out into that vibration that multiplies these baskets, that the generosity that is demonstrated, we are so grateful for everyone. Your energy coming here, your givingness of how you give our center. We are just so grateful for everything you do. So I know this money is blessed, and we release it to our center. We know we tithe to the main church, we tithe to this community, that this money is in constant movement, constant circulation, constant growth. And together we say, and so it is, amen. Thank you, Sue.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of the man rays shines upon my face.
All right, let's bring Mindy back up.
Oh, I loved your message today. That was great, especially the little, what is she called? Is she a she? Little Boo? Little Miss Boo. I think it's so hard to move into our lives creatively and like positively, but also with fear, you know, the fear of Little Miss Boo or whoever your dark side is. I think I just call mine the dark side. But I like Little Miss Boo. This is called my mission statement. I haven't done it in a long, long time, but I'm going to do it for y'all today. I'm going to open my voice up wide. I am afraid, but I still must try. I won't let fear keep me from here. I won't let fear make me disappear. I'm gonna sing from the depths of my heart. I will sing stories of near and afar. I won't let fear keep me from here. I won't let fear make me disappear. I'm gonna sing out my passion and pain, because I know that is why I came. I won't let fear keep me from here. I won't let fear make me disappear. The world may be big and maybe I'll fail. I'll forgive the world and open my sails. I've been to the edge and I've jumped off the cliff, and I know it doesn't get better than this. I'm gonna open my voice up wide. I will take all of the dark and the light. I won't let fear keep me from here. I won't let fear make me disappear. I won't let fear make me disappear. I won't let fear make me disappear. Thank you. Did y'all hear my dark side at the beginning? She was here, but she just went on her way. Thank you, dark side. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful. And thank you, Lanna, for, there's so many great little nuggets in there. I love that. When I want to blame, it's like, no, I got triggered not because of the other party, the others, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Raj, for the sound you provide for us. He gets here at 6 a.m. Great, and we're missing Rick and Shemang, and hope they're having a good time. So let's get started and stand up if you choose to release and let go.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Let it all go. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yeah.